You never want to be overstocked in an item in furniture. A, it takes too much space, physical space. So
Totally.
the rent you pay
Yeah.
in warehouses is very expensive. And B, moving it is very expensive and dangerous because furniture is really easy to damage.
Just want to let everyone know. I think that all of that stuff is such bullshit.
This year was the year we understood what our business was. What kind of differentiates us, really? This year was the year we became a brand. This year was the year like, okay, we should do this, that works. Because we had a lot of testing, whether it be landing pages, marketing, ads, whatever you think about, like social media strategy, product launches, we had a lot of tests.
Meet Mehmet Can Ilker, the driven co-founder of Ethnic Living, an 8-figure LA-based e-commerce brand crafting bold, high-ticket furniture and home decor that turns heads. Launching in 2021, he bootstrapped it with original designs, direct factory partnerships, and a relentless focus on quality, quickly making it a go-to for interior designers and style-savvy homeowners. Fresh off exiting his MarTech company Roseberry, Mehmet reveals how authenticity, smart trends, and customer obsession fueled his rapid rise.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Secrets to Scaling Your E-commerce Brand. This is episode 800 or something like that. You know, it's funny, when I first started this podcast, like really, the main reason that I did it is like, I just wanted to network with people that wouldn't normally take my call, right? At that time, I owned a few brands, but like, I wasn't like, I just didn't have a great network out there. And so I did this just to get to have conversations with people. And, you know, since then it's kind of blown up into sort of what it is here. And I have meant to have today's guest on for quite some time. And so I'm really excited to get into the way that he thinks about e-com. I'm selling pretty expensive products too, and I'm really excited to get into that. And we also, just newsflash, just acquired one of his companies. So we'll probably get a little bit into that as well. So without further ado, Mehmet Can Ilker, welcome to Secrets to Scaling Your E-commerce Brand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So for people who don't know anything about you, or anything about the stuff that you were up to, Ethnic Living, Roseberry, all that kind of stuff, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So I got into e-com in 2021. We set up a business in the US and just started selling high-ticket furniture items that we designed in-house. And we always had this idea to become a brand that is like basically a powerful brand, not just like something like a dropshipper or just like an unknown company. So what we always did was designing our own things and like working with the factories directly and having our own supply chain, like trying to control it. That's how we quickly grew. And since the last 4 years, we've been working on Ethnic Living. And also, I also had Roseberry with my two other co-founders, as you know, which you acquired very recently. So Roseberry was really focused on like marketing technology and third party attribution and pixel tracking. So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Let's get into the brand side here. So you very nicely sent me some product that my wife picked out. How in the world? So I just want to give everyone sort of an idea of like what Ethnic Living exactly does. So it's very on trend, right? What Mehmet and the team have done. How do you guys stay on trend like that? While like thinking about inventory levels and everything like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have some items that are made to order, and we have some items that are in stock, which are like moving really fast, which have relatively lower costs to have in stock. So how we keep up with the trends is we always have to be we work closely with a lot of interior designers, actually, a lot of hotel projects, a lot of like small and big companies. Our clients include like Four Seasons hotels or just someone who's just getting into interior design who just has a few clients as well. We always receive these feedbacks and they ask for a lot of products, which kind of after some time gives you an idea of what's gonna trend or what's just starting to pick up as well. Because then you start.
Interesting. So you're like the feedback mechanism for these people.
Exactly. So as soon as we get an inquiry, or we get like 2-3 different inquiries from 2-3 different states that have similar taste, we kind of know something is picking up.
Yeah.
That allows us to like design new collections based on like feedback and we rely really heavily on our post purchase surveys actually, because that allows for product expansion really fast. For example, we had some items that are just offered in one color, which was gold, but then we
Yeah.
saw a lot of comments about like, I wish this had a black color version as well, and things like
Mm.
that. So we just started introducing new SKUs based on this, the feedback that we receive, and also what we think is missing. We divide the houses into rooms basically, like bathrooms, kitchen areas, dining areas, like living room, etc.
Yeah.
And we look at like, okay, which area we're not serving here. So let's launch items for here. That's the
What
strategy we have.
Walk me through what that looks like though with like this has been a crazy year. We're recording
Yeah.
this at the end of 2025 right
Yeah.
now. Tariffs have been
Oh yeah.
insane. I feel like doing business in the States for people outside of the States is just kind of like it's like they're trying to do everything in their power not to do business with
I
anyone.
know.
Which is
That's
what it
exactly
feels
how.
like. Like does it feel like that to you at all? Like
Yeah, 100%. Like, even the tariffs are not the biggest problem. The biggest problem was always the uncertainty. Like, even if, like, the president said it was going to be this amount of taxes for everything from day one, and it just, like, kept on being that way, then we could actually plan something on the back. But because it just kept changing, like, almost every week while some time ago, well, we knew this was going to happen, by the way. I mean, a lot of the people, I think, knew about this. I kind of guessed Trump was going to win, and we obviously knew there were going to be tariffs. So we
yeah.
did order almost like every best-selling item that we had for 2025 SKU projections. We ordered it like just before the elections and got everything before the like tariffs.
Yeah.
Then I had strong sessions with our manufacturers to negotiate to drag down the costs a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're like maybe less than 1% affected now, but just that move alone just saved us maybe something like half a million of millions of dollars basically. Um,
That's crazy. What does that look like though, cash flow wise for you guys? Because I'm imagining that this is like so. What I'm hearing is you're in a trend business with really high AOV, right?
yeah,
What does that do for your cash flow when you're like,
yeah,
okay, well, what if this product goes out of style?
yeah,
I'm imagining restocking is really difficult. Like, walk
exactly.
me through that because
So
that sounds like a
yeah,
pain.
you never want to be overstocked in an item in furniture. A, it takes too much space, physical space. So the
Totally.
rent you pay
Yeah.
for warehouses is very expensive. And B, moving it is very expensive and dangerous because furniture is really easy to damage, mostly. So you want to keep like minimum stock. We have inventory tiers that we just update every month basically to know okay which items we should keep like 60 days of stock, which items should we keep 90 days of stock, which items should we just like keep less.
Mm,
And periodically we have these garage sales where we think an item is not going to perform anymore. We just try to turn it into cash basically at that point for lower prices with a discount. That's how,
gotcha.
yeah, that's how it works basically. But the made to order principles really help us because we work so closely with the manufacturers. We're able to like get very fast manufacturing times, and for most of the like very expensive items, like over $5,000, $8,000 items, you don't want to have stock in them. A,
Yeah.
they have too many variances, variables, like basically changing colors, sizes, and dimensions. And B, always customers want to customize those because it's mostly for a project coming from an interior designer, and they it's just like almost basically every time they want to customize something. So it just makes more sense to not keep in stock and just make it made to order basically.
That totally the made to order sort of idea makes a ton of sense when it comes to that.
Perfectly, yeah.
Walk me through fragile freight. I've never had to deal with that before, and I'm imagining some people that are listening to this have. How in the world do you deal with that? Because like I was really worried about that with the mirror that you sent to us, right? Because it was an expensive
Yeah.
mirror,
I mean,
and
I was
especially
even
when you
worried
put
about
U.S.
that, to be
dollars to
honest.
Canadian dollars, right? I'm like, whoa, like, and
Yeah.
so we made sure like we kept it, in its box for a long time. How do you like make sure that these things don't actually get damaged? Because this is
That's a very
expensive
good
stuff. Like,
question. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we had a lot of damages when we first started. I was packing everything when we started, by the way, myself. So I
wow.
had a
And so
really
were
good.
you? Did you go to the States to do it there, or
No,
were
no,
you
no.
doing
We
it
used
out
to
of
ship
Turkey?
everything from like outside of the country before we had a warehouse, basically.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
And
used
was
to
the
pack
U.S.
everything.
always your main?
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
the
It
U.S.
was
always
always
your
day
main
one
main
US.
market?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was always US. So I
Wow.
had a really good understanding of like what breaks and where it breaks from, and that we kind of took to like our manufacturers to have like molded styrofoams and things like that to just have the perfect testing. And also we have, by the way, very good testing now. So the industry standard, for example, a drop test is like 60 centimeters, I think. I don't know how much that is in inches, which is it's
That's
probably
like
like,
2 feet,
yeah, like 24
30
inches.
centimeters per foot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Us Canadians
Exactly.
always have to do the math
Yeah.
just because of our
So yeah,
funny
we
little
always
American friends.
yeah. So we always just doubled that number and did the drop tests according to the like the double. That was kind of like
Okay.
our own standard that we worked with the factories. Of course, that comes with a cost, but it's always cheaper just to replace the item for the customer and have the same risk again. A, the customer has less unsatisfaction, or and B, it's just although it's expensive, overall it just becomes cheaper basically.
So what I've got an interesting question here.
Yep.
Well, I think it's interesting. I'm interested in this question. How so when I was looking up what you were selling, right? I went
Yep.
to Amazon, right? And I
Yep.
was like, "Oh, okay, so there's some commodity type products on
Yeah.
Amazon, right? Like
Yeah.
there's Amazon sellers that just rip off your products, right?
Yeah. 100.
Or maybe you're just finding the exact same trends, right? Of products. How do you make sure not to be a commodity because you are high priced?
Mhm.
How do you make sure to and just so everyone knows, like this is an 8-figure brand, right? Like you guys have done really well. But how do you make sure not to be a commodity?
That's a good question. That's something we thought about a lot actually. So
I bet you
branding,
think about it every day. I like
yeah.
to be honest. I mean, it's
Well,
yeah.
it's kind of an existential question for us. Like the if you know the answer, you exist with profit margins basically.
Yeah.
So furniture is not very easy to become a brand on because people care less about it in general. But like if you compare it to clothing, because there's no social like social status or social power to it that you don't just carry it everywhere you go. Not a lot of people see it as well. So like psychologically as well, people think less about furniture than they think about how they wear clothes and everything.
Totally.
And that makes it a little bit more different to become a brand. That's why smaller items of the core items like are maybe easier than having a branded like couch company or like a sofa company basically. And what we do is we combine some. Well, we have a motto: home essentials made stand out. That's like the reason why we exist. We
Gotcha.
have home
Gotcha.
items, furniture items, home decor items that have a twist to them, that have some sort of a meaning to them basically, whether it's the design, whether it's the color, whether it's the pattern that is on the item. It's always there's something unique about them that makes it unique. So that's what we've relied on to build our brand as well. Even if you look at
Gotcha.
our logo, you will see ethnic living. One of the words is just like normally written, the other one is bold. So there's just like always the one thing with a twist. That's the idea behind it.
Gotcha, gotcha. And that's how you stay out of that makes so much sense how you
Yeah,
then stay out of
exactly.
becoming a commodity at that point.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Because it's not something you
We're
can like get like very popular on TikTok probably if it's not something very, very weird looking or like very much differentiated. And
totally,
it's
which
not
is
always,
like the purple
yeah,
cow principle, right? Like I think just in
yeah,
general, it's like do something that stands out, like that is the thing that will that will actually help you
yeah.
be different is actually being different, right?
And we always,
Commodities just aren't
yeah.
exciting to me.
Exactly, and we always chased just like uniqueness, just like trying to be unique and trying to have our own principles of work. Like this goes to even our like return policies and shipping policies as well. By the way, just like
Yeah.
everything we do is a customer satisfaction is very important, and B we always try to be ourselves. We're not just trying to imitate anybody else. I think a lot of the like really e-com companies are just like too much focused on competition. Of course, I'm not trying to say that competition is not important. Definitely it is, especially when budgets are tight, which is like kind of like right now within the US market as well. So
Is
like
what?
we
Sorry,
always,
say that again.
I mean, the budgets are a little bit tight with the inflation expectations and
Oh,
everything.
totally, totally.
Yeah,
People are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
we had the stimulus checks and things. So yeah, um, what I was trying to say is basically we always try to like walk on our routes and nobody else's, and I think that really helped us with just like developing this mindset of doing everything right, but doing it just like because it fits the brand, it
Yeah.
fits the goal that we're trying to accomplish basically.
I want to tell you all about a principle or like a guiding sort of idea here. Mehmet's going to be like, oh, great. Yeah, okay, Jordan, another story.
Ah.
I have never ever looked at competitors. We do not look at competitors in anything that we do. In fact, I can think about friends of mine or old friends of mine that used to just obsess over their competitors. That's all that they would think. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing this, they're doing this, and like constantly, like it was always like a tab. They had like a Google alert, right, for like what their competitors are doing. I want to tell everyone I don't give a shit what any of my competitors do, because that makes you a commodity. Like for us right now. So when we the worst collection we ever had in fashion was one where my wife actually looked, and because she was the designer, and she looked and she's like, yeah, I think that this is going to be trending at this time, right? And so instead of just being like, I'm going to design what I want to design that is unique to me, that is speaking to me, instead went with, I think this is going to be trending. It was incredible. I remember when we released the collection, I went to Old Navy and I was like, oh, we're like right on trend. Holy cow. Worst collection ever. Worst collection selling ever, because it was the thing that everybody had, rather than building off of what you do. So it's really interesting to see here at Social Commerce Club in what we're building. I don't look at any competitors. I don't look at what anyone else is doing in the space. I look at no one, because we're trailblazing something brand new. Now, what I can see is people copying us, and that's totally fine. I'm like very happy. If you guys are listening to this and you're agency people or you're SaaS people and you're copying us, awesome. That's great. But I cannot care about the external people out there and the external things that they're doing, even on the software side, right? In this, like, moving from Raspberry to Halo and like what we're building right now. I am not. People are like, oh yeah, you're like Work Magic. Oh, you're like this MMM. Oh, you're like Triple Whale meets this. I'm like, no, we're building a brand new thing that doesn't exist yet. And yeah, sure, it might take some things from here, but I don't really want to actually look and see what they're doing. Instead, we're going to do this, right? And that's really, really important when you're designing and trying to build something that's interesting and novel and that people will actually pay money for in the market.
100%. Yeah. It's just like you have to walk on your own way. That's it.
Totally. So let me walk me through this. We're recording this post Black Friday in 2025. You had a pretty good month, you told me. Walk me through what worked, and like, hey, if you want to share numbers, you go for it. I'm all about numbers, and I want to know what actually worked with hitting some big numbers this BFCM.
So yeah, that's a great question. We worked really, really hard for this Black Friday period, like just like ramping up spend before, just like trying to gather all the content and everything. But this year was the year, and we had a presentation internally about this to our employees as well. We knew like what numbers of revenue we were gonna do, and we kind of know what we're gonna do in 2026 as well. And the thing is, so this year was the year we understood what our business was. I think that's how I like to put it. Like, what kind of differentiates us really? This year was the year we became a brand. This year was the year like, okay, we should do this. That works, because we had a lot of testing, like whether it be landing pages, like marketing, ads, whatever you think about, like social media strategy, product launches. We had a lot of tests, and we always collected these data points from customers. And now we're at a point where we understand our business really well, I think. So that allowed us to really push on just like ads channels, product launches, and one thing that was really important for us was email and SMS strategies as well. So
I noticed I'm on your email list, and I pay attention. I actually go in and read all of them because I'm just interested to see what you guys are doing. Are you guys doing that in house?
We have an agency that is helping us, Eric, which is a good friend of mine as well, and we kind of do the content.
Who is that? Eric.
I mean, he has an agency basically.
Okay. Okay. Not an Eric that I know, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Don't think so.
Go on.
Shout out to Eric if you're watching this. So yeah, we had a cool like SMS and email strategy because we track all the purchases that happen on our website, like how they came. Because the AOV is high, you get less amount of orders. So I sometimes personally go into every order for a day just to see like all the touch points that exist to see how the customers kind of reacted and how they moved. And on the first day of Black Friday, on the day of Black Friday itself, we had a lot of customers that have been like just browsing around on our website for like 3 months, 6 months, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But on the weekend, it was almost all of them was like first day purchasers. And on Cyber Monday again, it was like people
Weird, weird. So they only found out about you then.
That's interesting, yeah.
That's crazy
I
because these are
yeah
like this. Go check out Ethnic Living if you guys are listening. Like it's not cheap stuff.
yeah. I don't think it's very expensive. You think it's very expensive?
No, I just like comparatively to like Amazon furniture
Oh
and
yeah,
Amazon
yeah.
stuff.
Amazon,
Like
Target,
yes,
yeah,
like
Wayfair,
it.
we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're used to shopping on those channels, then you're like, oh, okay, this is a little bit more expensive. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, maybe.
I don't think it's a
So,
bad thing. I'm not saying it's a
of
bad
course it's
thing.
not bad.
I
It's a
actually think
perfect
it's a
thing.
great thing.
Yeah, it's a great
Price,
thing.
like just for people listening, I know about 40% of you are agency and SaaS people. Just so you understand, your pricing tells people what the product is, right?
For sure.
Pricing is an incredibly high lever to tell people the value that they are going to get from the thing. I mean, Mehmet knows, like, I'm pretty expensive as a consultant, and I will tell you, people show up to every single call and get as much possible that they can when I am consulting with them. Which, by the way, I have decided, I've fully decided to get out of consulting unless it's a $1 billion brand.
Wow.
Or $1 billion opportunity. I just want to let everyone know. So I have $3 billion opportunities right now, and that's it.
I think I know one of them.
Not that I didn't. I mean, I loved working with you, Mehmet. At the time, I think I had like 14 consulting clients last
Really?
year.
I didn't know it was that much.
It was way too many. So, and
Yeah.
I hit some good. I'm counting you guys, by the way, at Roasberry now as having an exit. So that makes 4 exits for me in the last year of advisory clients, and 4 that got into accelerators. So
Wow.
2 got into launch and 2 got into YC. So I'm just saying, 8 out of 14, not too bad, folks. Not too shabby. Just taking my flowers myself here. So.
Perfect. Congratulating you from here.
Well, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
I'm super excited, and I'm gonna get into Halo at some point soon. We're testing it now with clients. We're starting to fine tune what that Halo measurement exactly looks like, how we calculate it, and it's gonna be so different than what anyone is thinking right now. Like anyone, I want to let everyone know, like, you're gonna look at this and be like, oh yeah. This was staring us in the face the whole time. Why did we try to make it so complicated? Do you know why people try and make this stuff so complicated? Because they want to charge more and sell more things rather than just making it as simple as possible. So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. What else did you guys do on? So sorry, we were talking about your customers on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, only knowing about you for the first time then, which is incredible. So sorry, keep going.
Yeah, so basically that's something like we realized as well from the last years as well, that a lot of the customers who wait that are on our email and SMS lists, they just like go on Black Friday. But on the weekend, mostly it's just like new browsers, and like basically it's kind of like there's a backlog of customers that have been waiting for a discount or something like that, just like dive into the website to make a purchase. And then once those are cleared, you have to start acquiring new customers. Because with furniture, I think I heard Shireen talking about this from Ilya Beauty when she was working at
She's the best to copy, by the way. Or sorry, not to copy, to follow. I love following her. Like, I don't know what it is. She's just a very funny person and so spicy all the time.
Yeah, for sure. So she was talking about she was working in, I think it was called Bobby, a baby formula company before.
Okay.
Yeah, and she said our customers.
I don't believe in formula. I just want to let everyone know. I think that just want to let everyone know. I think that all of that stuff is such bullshit. I think that we have hurt our. It's funny. So starting to become two of my best friend is a doctor.
Okay.
And I moved recently about 4 hours away, and I'm starting to become really good friends with a naturopath up here. And so now I've got these two competing people all the time in my head, and then I've got this also my thoughts about all this, and I have a new baby, and I'm like, and I recently I went through all of Hassim Taleb's books. So if anyone's ever read like Anti-Fragile or anything like that, you go through and you realize you're like, there's so much of this stuff that like, what the frig are we doing? Like.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, when we didn't have baby formula, you know what we did? And the mom couldn't breastfeed. You would just give them cow's milk, and they were just fine. Humans have survived all of this time without all these freaking chemicals and stuff. Sorry, where are we? Sorry, back to this.
Yeah. So I was talking about like, yeah, basically our customers are something like a parade of people that once they make a purchase, it's gonna be a long time before they buy something else, because you buy furniture to use it for years and years. And no matter how many ads I show you, you're not gonna buy a couch or a mirror lighting if you don't have the physical space, if you don't have the money, or if you just bought something else. Like that's just never happening. Because people even think about furniture as an investment sometimes. Like that's something that that they can use for like 5-10 years.
Totally.
So that's why product differentiation is very important, and that's why for us, like having compatible items, like if we have this kind of a mirror and we can then sell this kind of a wall sconce with it, then it's just like increasing your average order value, returning customer rate, and there's always new things for people to shop. So that's that was one of our focuses for 2025 Black Friday period as well, which just like one of our offers basically, which works perfectly well. So yeah, basically our customers are something like a parade of people who just need something at a point in life, and then they don't need it for a very long time again.
Can you walk me through which channels and content styles are working for you guys right now?
Sure. Well, I think as with all of the brands, really, we're really heavily relying on Meta and Google, and also we advertise on Pinterest and AppLovin as well. But those are like very smaller numbers. A lot of the
I would
organic
think
impressions
Pinterest
we
would do
get
well
from.
for you guys.
Sorry?
I would think Pinterest would do well for you guys.
Well, yeah, it does kind of well. It's mostly view based, so it's very difficult to attribute. But
Totally. Yeah.
it's according to them, according to Pinterest, we're doing real well there. But I don't share the same thoughts with them. But
Well,
we're
this
kind
is
of
why, just so you know, this is what we're doing with Halo, right? Like
yeah,
each one of
yeah,
these
yeah,
channels, we want to figure out how do they actually affect a purchase, right?
yeah,
Long term, because click tracking in my mind is not the way to do that. That's not the way that we
exactly.
make purchases. Like the amount of times I look at something, I don't click on it, and I go talk to my wife about it, and then she goes and makes the purchase somewhere else.
Exactly.
Probably
Great
on
idea.
Amazon, by the way.
Good example.
Like that is such a normal purchase for us, like a normal
Yeah.
purchase cycle. Like recently, I just bought Cirque du Soleil tickets. By the way, I can walk 5 minutes away and go see Cirque du Soleil where I live in a 40,000 person city. It is I just love where I live. So that purchase was exactly that. I saw a Facebook
Yeah.
ad, never clicked on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why would I
That's
click on an
100%
ad, right?
what I'm seeing as well. I like read a lot of our post-purchase surveys, also compare it to what we use for like third-party attribution or like to see the clicks as well. And whenever I look, I always see something like attributed to Google basically. That's that.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I saw it on an influencer. Well,
Yeah,
then like
yeah, and
yeah,
then it gets attributed to Google, and everybody
yeah,
knows that
yeah,
this is so stupid, right?
yeah.
I don't know if you saw this stuff on Twitter this week. I think it was Zach Stuck about
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
who was paying a
Percentage
percentage of ad
yeah,
spend
yeah,
to a
yeah,
Google
yeah,
agency. It's like I love like it just went like everyone was talking about it because it's
yeah,
such stupid absurdity BS that you would do that, especially for Google. Like Google, just everyone knows. Google, yeah, sure. Google has a demand gen product, but you tell me the last time that you've generated demand on Google. Come on, people.
yeah.
Like
With a
it is a
profitable
demand
ROAS. I
capture
don't think that's
channel,
yeah. Yeah.
right?
Well, I think really content is just gonna be way more, and the like unique content and organic social media. I think in 2026 is gonna be very important for everybody, and
Totally.
that's what we're focusing on as well. The thing is, it always just comes down to being unique, being yourself, and being like authentic, basically. Just like
Totally.
if you express
There's
yourself, if your brand
one of
carries something
9
from
billion or
yourself,
however many
then
there
that's
are.
definitely success. Yeah.
Totally. Like that. I think you nailed it there. I want to get into. We've only got a couple more minutes left here, but I want to get into post-purchase surveys.
Yeah.
Who are you using for post-purchase surveys, and what are you asking?
Well, we're using no commerce for this. Um, I think no commerce is just like one of the best for this out there,
I
and it's
think so
affordable.
too. We're actually integrating with them at Halo for the
Yeah.
Halo measurement, by the way.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense for you.
Yeah.
And what we ask is typical. So it depends on if it's a new customer or a returning customer, or but we also divided it into categories. That didn't take effect yet. The category thing. So based on AOVs or collections, we're gonna have different questions. So we're using this product
Gotcha.
holdout place test thing that I mentioned to you before, and to see like which channels brought in more visitors, which items brought in more visitors, kind of.
Yeah.
So because on our end now, kind of our products are racing against each other as well because they have so different AOVs for different categories,
Yeah.
and every one of them has to have a different acquisition cost as well. You know,
Yeah.
because
That,
if
I mean,
you just put in
that
everything
totally
into
makes
one
sense.
campaign, just like you're never gonna know which item was profitable. So we
Yeah.
have to have different acquisition goals, basically. So yeah, we're using no commerce, and we ask things like, how did you learn about us? Of course, how long have you known about us, and what other items you're looking for, kind of questions. We have a couple of other questions as well, just like asking about the style, someone they follow, a brand they follow, just to grasp a better understanding of the customer. We
Yeah.
also, well, did this a call thing, like a customer calling program, basically, with our customer support team, that we just called everyone over a certain AOV, just asking them a few questions to learn about the purchase and note it down. But of course, calls just don't go very well because, like, I think a lot of people get a lot of spam calls these days, so people are just
Yeah.
a bit more hesitant to just talk about these things in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mehmet, I got to ask you the question I ask everyone who comes on the podcast. What is
sure.
your secret to scaling?
Well, I don't think it's a secret, to be honest with you. It's just like we do what we love in ethnic living. We just like genuinely love selling these products. We genuinely love designing them as well. And I also really, really obsess over quality of our items as well. So what makes me happy is just like people actually buy this. Well, when you buy furniture, you're either moving to a new house, like there's always a new beginning. So people are mostly very happy about something and they have a new start to
Mm.
their life. And we
Mm-hmm.
get to be a part of that. And I just really love that part of our business. So I think that's maybe just because it's making me really happy, that thing, that I'm really focusing on our customers. Maybe that's one of our secrets because we have a relatively high returning customer rate from what I heard
Mm.
by doing research. That is maybe one of our secrets.
I
I
love
don't
it.
think there's a
I love
secret
it.
to it, to be honest with you.
I think
How do-
so. So I'm going to just
Yeah.
say I think the secret is actually what you said, but one of the secrets before, right, is that secret of the fingerprint, right?
Oh yeah,
You
for
are
sure.
are unique. There's no. I don't know if anyone's ever heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about this, where he talks about how like it's virtually impossible that there would ever be a replica of you, even in the entirety of the way that DNA works, even in the
Yeah.
entirety of the entire universe. It's
Hmm.
almost impossible that there would be a replica of you. And that's interesting. So finding out your unique ability, right? 10x is easier than 2x. He talks about this a lot, Dan Sullivan, where you find your unique ability and you just go hard on that. And that's it. And hopefully that unique ability can actually produce you some cash so you can live a
Yeah.
good life. But do the unique ability. That's the important part. The money comes, but you'll never work a day in your life if you're just in your unique ability. That's
Yeah.
a really cool
Well,
thing.
Peter Thiel had a saying about this in Zero to One. The book has, I think, in one of the first pages or maybe on the first page itself, every like in Anna Karenina, there's something like there's a quote, every upset family, like every sad family is sad because of like just one specific reason. It's just the
Mm,
contrary for businesses. Every happy business is happy because there's something that makes them unique, like there's something unique
mm,
that makes them happy and
yeah,
successful.
yeah,
So it's kind of like I kind of really grasped with that idea.
yeah. Mehmet, So nice to chat with you today.
So
Thank you
nice
for
to meet you,
coming
yeah.
on. Where can people connect with you and then learn more about what you're up to at Ethnic Living?
Absolutely. They can connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, which we call X
Awesome.
these days. Yeah.
Great. And we will make sure to have all of those notes down in the show notes, every link, everything like that. Thank you guys. Thank you. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with a friend in your network. We have over 1,000 reviews on Spotify now, guys. What in the friggin' world? Thank you, everybody who listens to this on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you are listening to this. Appreciate you guys. And Mehmet, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jordan, for having me.